And welcome back to ESPN's coverage of the Euroleague basketball Final Four. Our officials, Bilosevic, Pukal, and Zimowski. They'll be in charge of today's action between the Greek team of Olympiacos and FC Barcelona. And Barcelona will be wearing their blue jerseys versus the red of Olympiacos. They are looking to the brain trust for Barcelona head coach Xavier Pascual, a young man, his first full season taking his team to the Final Four, but now forced to play for third place. And we are underway. The opening tip is controlled by Barcelona. Jaka Lakovic will bring it up. In the backcourt, Juan Carlos Navarro with him. Navarro yesterday named the most valuable player for this Euroleague season. And here is Navarro working against Teodosic. Now Santiago versus Vucic in the lane. And he gets the first hoop of the game. Barcelona jumps out on top.
And right away, Barcelona going inside, trying to establish the post position and the post offense with Santiago.
Prentiz is driving into trouble, and an offensive foul. Santiago stepped in to draw it.
A little out of control. Leaves his feet. Doesn't know really where he's going there. And good defense that time by Santiago, stepping in front, drawing the foul.
Lakovic into the front court, gets it back now from Santiago. Navarro has it taken away by Halprin. First turnover of the game for Barcelona. Here's Halprin to Vucic, former Maccabi teammates a year ago, and Vucic is fouled as he goes to the basket. Santiago will pick it up.
Yeah, nice two-man game. They've done that before. Both team players, of course, coming over from Maccabi last year. Vucic's going to go to the line. Vucic, really one of the great post players in the past decade. In fact, some experts think he is really the player of the decade in EuroLeague basketball these past 10 years. Great passer, mobile player. Had a great year, averaging 11 points a game on the season. Had 14 in the semis. And then is Baby Shaq we get a picture of.
We'll see if we see him out on the floor today.
A lot of pressure on Navarro.
Here's Barton taking it into the lane. Tough shot, follows his own miss. Fouled, and they're going to count the basket. It'll go against Michael Pelikanos. He was very questionable to even play in this Final Four, but he is in there.
Well, we see Barton. He really just throws the ball up on the, takes a very difficult and actually a bad shot, the first one, but follows it up to the glass with the rebound and really just threw it up on the glass and then went and got it.
Yes, you officially set the lineups for you. Barcelona with Lubos Barton, Jaka Lakovic, Juan Carlos Navarro, David Anderson, and Daniel Santiago. For Olympiacos, it's Michael Pelikanos, Nikola Vucic, Joram Halprin, George Prentisis, and Milos Teodosic. This is Prentisis with the ball against Barton, trying to operate down low. Jump hook from the baseline falls away. Vucic did not control the rebound, and it'll go over to Barcelona. Quick look at Papaloukas on the bench, the fantastic sixth man for the Reds.
A lot of pressure in the backcourt put on by Teodosic, getting the starting job. Really a good young player, just 21 years old, and getting a little experience here playing in this third place game.
Good move inside as Santiago dunks it on Vucic.
And Vucic really having problems, I think, on the defensive end a little bit late in his career. He had difficulty the other night in the semis, and then Santiago just backed him down again and got the easy shot. Vucic's got to, in my opinion, got to get around in front and deny that ball a little bit to the postman.
Jaka Lakovic with the personal foul for Barcelona. Olympiacos finding themselves down by 5 rather quickly. This is Vucic. Spin move in the lane, off the window. He's got all 4 points for Olympiacos.
Yeah, real nice spin move going to his left, coming back to the right. Gets the defensive player shifting directions.
This is Navarro, newly named MVP, with the drive. Gets the contact. They're going to count that one. Halpern the foul. So the basket is good and a chance for 3.
Yeah, we see Navarro, his ability to go to the basket, draw the foul, create the contact and the finish. And then, of course, there's Vucek the time before with a nice spin move off the glass. Navarro, of course, MVP, as you said, this year in Euroleague, and really a well-deserved honor. He really is put this team from a scoring and offensive perspective on his back and got them here to the Final Four.
10-4, Barcelona with a 6-point lead, largest in the early going. Another drive from Navarro, fouled again. He'll have 2 free throws. He's taking it right at Yotam Halpern.
Yeah, he's being very aggressive, going to the basket, and this will set up his jump shot later on in the ball game, which he is so good at. Really a very versatile player, a complete offensive package. Led Barcelona both in scoring and assists this year. And Halpern has 2 fouls. See if he has to take a seat.
Navarro's numbers in the semifinal loss against Ceska, decent, though not what he is used to putting up. Had foul trouble early. It hampered him. Xavier Pascual, interesting decision to bring Navarro back in the second quarter when he already had 2 fouls, and it didn't seem to work out very well.
Yeah, no, it did not. And I think that really hurt Barcelona, because then Navarro had to play tentative the rest of the game. He had 3 fouls in that first half. And at that time, Barcelona was up about, I think, 6 or 7 points. So he didn't really need to come back in that ball game. That he could have saved him. But, you know, that's second guessing, I guess. Yes.
3 on the shot clock. Papaloukas just in the game, has to force one up off a good defensive stand by Barcelona with the 8-point lead now. 6.5 to go in the first quarter.
But Barcelona really known for their offense and transition game, but we're seeing some really pretty good defense here by Barcelona. This is a team that has gotten better defensively as the season has gone along, and Olympiacos did not get a very good shot. It was not a good offensive sequence for Olympiacos. They've really got nothing going offensively at this point in the ballgame.
Here's Navarro on Papaloukas behind the Anderson screen. They switch it. Anderson left alone from the baseline, and
that's
the
money.
Sweet shooting big is still on fire from the semifinal.
Yeah, that's money. I mean, again, the 7-footer who really can face up and catch and shoot that time, wide open on the pick and pop. Nice pass, recognition by Navarro, but Anderson, that's his bread and butter. That is just money in the bank.
And a 10-point lead. Papaloukas missing inside, and the rebound out of bounds over the sideline will stay with Olympiacos.
Yeah, this is the nice little move to come off the screen, and then both players go to the offensive. Navarro, and Anderson is left wide open on the baseline.
Fran Vasquez loves it as his big man compatriot. Anderson scoring. A 10-point lead for Barcelona. Giannis Barousas has checked in wearing number 9 in red. 7-footer who was just named to the All-Euro first team. How about that flip shot by Teodosic?
Yeah, Teodosic, really a nice offensive move. And again, this kid, he's only 21 years old and getting some real valuable experience. And you know, he has the opportunity to really be a rising star in the future. This is his 2nd or 3rd year with the Olympiacos team, and you know, last year he had an opportunity to play probably a little bit more because of some injuries. This year, of course, Olympiacos went out and brought in Halpern and Papaloukas, and has not got as much playing time as maybe he would have liked to have this year. But again, he's learning from the best here in Papaloukas and Halpern, both all EuroLeague players. Halpern a year ago, Papaloukas the last umpteen years.
Both free throws good for Lakovic. And that extends the Barcelona lead up to 10 points yet again. You're watching Olympiacos versus Barcelona, the third-place game at the Euroleague Final Four, followed in nicely by Printizis.
That play was really set up by Teodosic, the drive and the penetration, and then hit Barousas with the pass, and then he made it a very nice extra pass.
Nice defense that time by Olympiacos, thwarting the Navarro drive, and a foul as Likovic was trying to tie up Teodosic. Likovic will pick up the personal.
Personal foul on number 10 from Regal FC.
So here's a nice play, the fake pass, then the drop off, and then another, the extra pass to Prentices down below, and then Navarro coming through there, the block.
Pelicanos.
Yeah, beautiful block.
Second foul on Likovic. That's something to keep an eye on as Likovic goes to the bench for Barcelona. Replaced by Gianluca Vicile, man who starts quite a bit. Rebound, Santiago.
Barcelona looking to push it.
Navarro sets up the lob for Santiago, and he throws it down on top of Barousas. You cannot draw it up or execute it better than that.
No, I mean, this is just a beautifully drawn play. Great timing, a pass right at the rim to the breaking Santiago, and just was able to catch it all in one stride and put it down.
And now a chance for a three-point play. Santiago with a strong start. He had 9.6 rebounds in that semifinal loss to Cesca, already with 6 first-quarter points today against Olympiacos. Prentices going to the bench for the Reds. And also going to the bench for Barcelona, David Anderson, replaced by Ersan Ilyasova.
Santiago makes that free throw, and Mark, I think right about now is probably the best I've seen Santiago play. This really come on here late in the year, and it really made a very valuable contribution to this Barcelona team.
Barousas out front, gives to Pelicanos and screens for him. Pelicanos driving down the lane, had it blocked from behind by Santiago. The foul, though, will be called on Ilyasova.
Okay, here's Santiago there. We'll see a little package of here, and then, of course, the dunk, the last play by Navarro.
Santiago does not play many minutes, only about 14.5 per game, but they try to get him as many touches early inside to establish the big, and he'll use his fouls, throw his body around.
Pelicanos is out a good part of the year with a leg injury this year. Just coming back from the injury. In fact, it was questionable whether he was even going to be able to play in this Final Four.
This is Victor Sada into the game. Gives to Navarro in the corner. Has some room to the three. You can't give him that. But that one rattled out.
Boy, what a good look. And what a great offensive move by Navarro without the basketball to get open.
Zoran Erceg down on the block. Good position. Jump hook. Banked home.
This really good position and put the defensive player at a real disadvantage when you're able to get that ball down low on the block there, so close to the basket. Little hook shot, protecting the ball and the shot.
Roger Grimau enters down low for Santiago. Going against Barousas.
And count it.
Three-point opportunity again for Santiago as he beats Barousas, and will have a chance for that three-point play. Lynn Greer quickly up off the bench for Olympiacos. He led them in the semifinal loss with 18 points.
Yeah, he had a great ball game in the semis, and in fact really was the offensive force pretty much all by himself in that second half. A good knockaway there by Barousas on that foul shot. Santiago, he gets that ball in the low post, and you let him go and use his right hand to the middle. And it's 7-1 with that little running hook shot. He's very difficult to stop.
At 9 first-quarter points. He only averages 6 points per game.
Well, they're going right to him right now to get and get them off to a good start.
Yep, they're just checking out for a rest at the moment. So Santiago, after some great work in the first 6.5 minutes, will get a rest. Fran Vasquez in to replace him for Barcelona. Meanwhile, Barcelona foul out front. Roger Grimau.
Grimau, really a fine reserve, and brings a lot of balance and depth, of course, to this Barcelona team. Very versatile player, can play the point position, which he's now trying to guard Greer, the faster and quicker Greer. It's a tough matchup for him, but he also can move over and play that wing spot. So he gives Barcelona a lot of versatility with his good size, about 6'6", and his ability to run the floor and shoot the outside shot, as well as slash to the basket. But if he's going to guard Greer, it's going to be a tough matchup because Greer is really quick.
Fran Vasquez in a post-up against Barousis. Barousis defending him well there. Now Grimau into the lane, lost the handle, collected by Ilyasova in traffic, and he's fouled. So Ersan Ilyasova will earn 2 free throws.
Ilyasova, really a fine young player. In fact, he's one of my picks for all Euro. Did not get selected this year. Is a great rebounder. Was number 2 in Euroleague action this year. Did not have a particularly good game in the semis. Young player, just at 21. Was with Milwaukee a couple of years ago in the NBA. But really a great young prospect, and he's going to have a great year, in my opinion, if he stays here in Europe. He certainly has the ability to get back to the NBA, in my opinion.
Jump hook in the lane for Barus. It's his first basket. Selected all Euroleague first team at the banquet yesterday.
Well, he led this Olympiacos team in rebounding and points scored this year.
Here's Navarro behind the screen, open for the 3 on top, and a rebound falls to Lynn Greer. Guarded by Sada. Bounce pass down low, Erceg all the way back out. Papaloukas fakes the 3. Now the drive, change to the left hand. Theo Papaloukas.
He's so smart. You know, he had the nice little jump shot. Of course, here we look at Navarro come right back.
Couldn't hit the layup on the transition. So an empty trip. Well, Barcelona thought they could catch Olympiacos snapping, but the Reds dodge a bullet. Pull-up jumper, long 2, and fouled was Greer. Roger Grimau picks up the personal.
Yeah, not a smart foul. Again, Greer's going to go to the line here and shoot 3. But right there, I mean, he's just late. Easy call by the officials. He gets him on the arm.
So that'll be the second foul of the game on Roger Grimau. Fouling the jump shooting Greer. Greer should just get the 2 free throws for this one, as it appeared he was one step just inside that 3-point stripe. So a quick start today for Barcelona, and they have led throughout. They've had as many as 10-point leads on a couple of different occasions. Right now been cut down to 5. Barcelona had the first basket of the game and has never trailed.
Well, they've pretty much been in control, Barcelona, and they went right away. Of course, they went in and established that post position with Santiago, and of course, he's responded well early.
Jugamos este pick and roll aquí con bloqueo ciego aquí para salir, para buscar arriba. Si no seguís y screen hasta el final.
Xavier Pascual drawing things up in his native Spanish language.
You know, I was mentioning about Papaloukas, the last basket that he made, where he had the nice little 15-foot jump shot. And of course, he's not a great outside shooter, and that's not his what he really brings to the table for Olympiacos. But he just sort of faked the pass and then just took it right to the basket. And of course, he shot 78% from the floor. And I think one of the reasons is because he just takes really very, very high percentage shots and then just took it right to the basket, flipped it up with the left hand. Nice move.
That he does. And here is Greer, an outstanding shooter from anywhere on the floor. 46% from 2, 41 from 3, and 86% from the line. Career 90% in EuroLeague competition.
You know,
Greer's got them both.
And if you go back to 03-04, you know, he averaged 25 points a game in EuroLeague competition, and of course led the EuroLeague that year in scoring. And
Ilyasova, the drive. Barcelona needs to see more of that. It was missing from Ilyasova in the semis.
Yeah, that was a nice move. The defense came up on him, and he just, you know, went right around him. And he's got that ability. He's a big guy, 6'9", who can put the ball on the floor. And, you know, he needs to do more of that. Go to the basket.
3 points in the first quarter for Ilyasova as we come up. Shot clock down to 1. Oh! And it did not get the shot off. It appeared that Greer was fouled, but it'll be a shot clock violation before the foul.
Oh, yeah, look at that nice little move right around the defender and just taking it right to the hoop. Real quick first step by Ilyasova.
Ramau saw Vasquez flashing, but the ball deflected away by Papaloukas. Barcelona ball underneath the basket. 5-point lead. Ilyasova catch and shoot from 3. Rebound Sada. Out for Grimau. Now they'll reset. Sada on the drive. Blocked by Barousis, but fouled earlier by Greer.
Take a look here. Grimau going to the best. The reach in by Greer early, and then Barousis gets the block, helping out. But was the reach in by Greer that caused the foul. You know, Greer, like I said, he had 25 points a ball game. I mean, that's a lot of points. If you look at, you know, was it Rakosovic led the league this year with 18. So just imagine the number of points that Greer threw up there in 03 and 04.
40-minute games, and most guys aren't playing anywhere near those 40 minutes. So that's a
that's just incredible numbers. But that's the kind of talent and capability he has at the guard position.
Olympiacos turns it over. Big numbers, but what a play! That steal by Igor Milosevic, who's just checked in, thwarting that break. Papaloukas driving, bump. We got 2 officials that may have had conflicting calls, but the charge is going to rule. The underneath official had the charge, and that's what we're going to get.
Yeah, we're going to see here. Here he's driving through. Yeah, he was there. No question about Sada. Did a nice job getting in front of the driving Papaloukas. Moved his feet. Nice defensive play.
Final 17 seconds of the first quarter. A 2-second game clock, shot clock differential. Victor Sada handling it out front. Gives to Navarro. Deep 3 fading away. Front rim. Still 4 seconds to go. Time for Olympiacos. Papaloukas rises in the lane, but off the back iron, and that will do it for the first quarter of play in Berlin. The 3rd place game at the EuroLeague Final Four. So far, a strong first quarter performance from Barcelona. They lead at 26-19 as we get ready for the second quarter. The EuroLeague Final Four on ESPN. Great drama from Berlin all weekend. And the championship game still to come. For now, the fight for the consolation prize. Olympiacos being bested at the moment by Barcelona. And welcome back to EuroLeague basketball on ESPN. The Final Four from Berlin. Mark Brown along with Gail Goodrich ready to start the second quarter. 0-2 World in Berlin, the host for this 2009 EuroLeague Final Four. The 3rd place game, Olympiacos in red with the ball trailing by 7 at the hands of Barcelona. Theo Papaloukas gets a screen from Barousis. Into the lane, the little pull-up. Little cold start for Papaloukas, just a couple of points, and he's missed 3 of his first 4 shots. That's unheard of. He averages better than making 3 of 4.
Yeah.
Ilyasova cutting Navarro. Bounce pass Vasquez. Hard foul from Barousis. He will make Vasquez earn it at the line.
Wow, what a terrific setup play that time when Navarro coming off the screen, from the wing into the middle. The good look, the pass, and then here it is to inside to then the other pass to Vasquez, the extra pass to the breaking Vasquez going to the basket. Looks like
he's still smarting from that contact.
Exactly, yeah.
It's a third foul on Borussis. It was a hard one, but now he's going to have to go to the bench for those 3 here early in the second quarter. And Vasquez missing the shot from the line. He's not a great free throw shooter, 61% on the Euroleague season.
Now he's only 25 years old. He was drafted in 2005 by Orlando. He chose to stay here in Europe. Really a very good jumper, very versatile player, great potential. Still, like I said, only 25 years old, and really a solid player.
Inside, Erceg denied at the rim by Ilyasova. Long pass ahead. Nobody ran with Vasquez, who dunks it home.
And we're seeing Barcelona getting the ball out on the break, which is what they do well. They like to shoot that basketball within a 10 to 12 second range, much like Phoenix did with Mike D'Antoni. And, of course, D'Antoni is the now coach of the...
More transition for Barcelona. Beautiful flip back for Ilyasova.
Yeah, and if Olympiacos is going to get back in this ball game, their transition defense is going to have to pick up. But Barcelona smartly looking up the court early, and Barcelona running the floor.
Largest lead of the game now at 12. That's what Barcelona wants to do. Get that pace going, score in bunches. Those last two fast breaks were a good look at what they want to do. But a foul, meanwhile, on Ilyasova, his second, first on the team in the quarter.
Well, you look at Barcelona, not only the guards can run, but the big man. And here Ilyasova finishes. Vasquez also can get up and down the floor. So the bigs can run as well as the guards.
Wild shot won't go for Greer. Barcelona on the move again. Basile all the way back out. Navarro steps into a three. Well, a cold start from outside for Navarro. He's missed all 4 of his three-point attempts. In fact, neither team has made a three here in a quarter plus.
Yeah, but I like what Barcelona's doing. They're getting the ball out and running. They're getting good high percentage shots. Even though Navarro missed that jump shot, that's a good shot for him to take. And,
definitely.
And he didn't make it, but there's no challenge in terms of challenging the shooter.
Well, we look back to Friday. 2 semifinals took place. Barcelona trying to unseat defending champion CSKA, and David Anderson nearly did it all by himself.
Yeah, he really did. I mean, of course, early on, Barcelona, there's Anderson with the tip. Barcelona really led for this game for 3 quarters, and Anderson was just sensational. I mean, again, he's got a lot of experience. He's won the Final Four with CSKA a couple of years, he obviously had a great ball game.
He was 9 for 12 overall from the field. Also made all of his free throws, and he just could not carry his team across the finish line as the experienced and a champion team from Moscow was able to pull things together late, hung tough when they weren't playing well, and then really had a great run in the fourth quarter.
Well, Barcelona, that game against CSKA, I thought that team really had trouble in the fourth quarter with their 5-on-5 offense and their set offense. And CSKA can really probably was responsible for a lot of that, because they really can lock you down defensively. We're seeing Barcelona here get the ball out and run and getting good high percentage shots. That's what they do best. They were not able to do that against CSKA in that fourth quarter.
We saw CSKA's Olympiacos bench there with Gennaro Pargo, a mid-season signee, former NBA player, and Josh Childress. Neither one of them have been in this game yet.
Yeah, and you wonder about
great pass inside. Erceg couldn't finish it and battled for it and fouled.
You wonder about Childress and his injury, because let's say the replay there and the foul. But Childress was obviously has had an injury, a leg injury this year, and you just wonder if maybe he's not really 100%. I know he played a lot of minutes on Friday's ball game, but maybe they're going to hold him out a little bit today.
Here's Navarro. Free throw line, and then goes all the way. Cannot hit the layup, and then was standing out of bounds when the ball came down and touched him, so it will go to Olympiacos.
Navarro continues to drive and penetrate to the basket, and that time he was really looking to pass to Vasquez on the screen and roll that time, and but then ended up taking it all the way. But I think his first option was looking for that pass on the roll.
Teodosic in the corner, down low for Urseg. Far corner. Halpern cannot hit. And now Barcelona continuing to hold that 12-point advantage. Jordi Trias is left alone, has nothing better to do. Why don't I shoot it?
Once again, Barcelona showing the ability to run in transition. That was a little bit of a delayed break, but they were able to get the ball down, get the good high percentage shot without pressure. And when you do that, you're going to shoot a high percentage. And that's exactly what Barcelona is doing right now.
And are getting the stops at the other end as well. At the moment have surrendered just 19 points and are on a 7-0 run to start the second quarter. So,
well, you look at Barcelona, they're shooting 73% for twos. So they are obviously getting good high percentage shots, 11 for 15.
Okay, first off, red. Red, we play out of bounds red, and then we run one. Okay? Clear? Big, quick side, okay? Here is the big with the door. And Nico play out, break 1-2 situation. Okay? Clear?
They look inside the Olympiacos huddle. Head coach Panagiotis Ioannakis, the former great Greek player and a very accomplished head coach as well. A bitter pill to swallow. It's the semifinal loss to their domestic rivals, Panathinaikos, a team for which Ioannakis starred as a player.
Yeah, you look at Ioannakis and what he's done. Obviously, he was a great player, but he's really done a wonderful job here putting this team together and forming a real run that Olympiacos has had. Last year, of course, he came in to become coach in February of last year, and this is his first full season. But in the off-season, of course, they went and got Papaloukas. They went and got Halpern. They got Vucek. They got Childress. So they really went out and tried to build a team, a championship team. Came up a little short this year, but you get the feeling that they're going to be back.
Right now, down by 14. It's their largest deficit of the game. Lynn Greer down to the baseline, now pulling it back out. As Vasiliana rises for the three. And Navarro can't control the rebound, but it was tipped out by Vucic. And over to Barcelona it goes.
And Barcelona doing a nice defensive job. Not a lot of there for Olympiacos on the offensive end, settling for the outside shot.
Teams 0 for 9 combined from 3. Andre Barrett is into the game for the first time in the Final Four. He's got the ball now on the baseline drive. Starts it swinging around the outside. La Bamba finally hits it one. He was 1 for 8 from the field, Navarro, before hitting that.
He's got that floater down. He has really learned to shoot that ball over the bigs, and really a terrific weapon for him.
The run is 9-0 to start the second quarter, and it could continue here. A 16-point lead, largest of the game. Prentices is out there on Navarro. Big quickness mismatch. Navarro gets a screen and a foul out front as Prentices reaches out and grabs the Spanish star.
Yeah, we're going to say here's Navarro with the floater right over Prentices. And that's really a mismatch with Navarro outside on the dribble against the bigger man, Prentices.
Navarro now with 7 points. That's the second leading number on Barcelona. Daniel Santiago still those 9 first quarter points that the big man got them going with. Still the top number. And Navarro, of course, just named yesterday the All Euroleague Most Valuable Player. And with that, of course, a spot on the All Euroleague first team, and much deserved for the fantastic shooter and scorer.
Yeah, he really is a fine player. Of course, a year ago he was in Memphis in the NBA and really had a fine rookie year, and then decided to come back and play in Barcelona. Of course, he was on that 03 title team in Barcelona. There's a picture of Josh Childress.
Against Panathinaikos, had some decent moments with the 11 points and 3 steals. And he was brought over with a big 4-year guaranteed contract for big numbers. Left the NBA, was enticed to come to Europe. That's part of that.
Well, he's a very athletic player, and you just sort of wonder about the leg injury that he's had here late in the season, because it doesn't look like he's getting off the bench here anytime soon.
Barrett down low. Trias had it broken up, but last touch by Santiago, they will say. So Olympiacos will take over. Halfway through the second quarter, Olympiacos now has gone 5 minutes here in the second quarter and is yet to score a point.
Papaloukas back in running a point.
Greer gives to Vucic. Now back to Greer. Open look at a 3. And the drought continues as Santiago cleared the miss. Andre Barrett quickly up. Gets all the way to the basket. Bring it all the way back out.
Tough angle on that pass and that feed in.
Yes, it was. Barcelona will keep the ball with 8 seconds on the shot clock. That's also awfully far away from the basket to post up Santiago as well.
Yeah, bad angle, yeah.
Yep. Here's Basile, gives it to Barrett. 5 on the shot clock. Barrett into the lane. Blocked by Vucic. Trias collects it and hits the turnaround.
Good awareness there by Trias. Nice hands. Collecting that block shot. Barrett just taking the ball into the trees a little bit too far.
And now more than doubling the output of Olympiacos is Barcelona, up 18. 6 scoreless minutes of the second quarter for Olympiacos. Down low Printizis, and that will break the drought.
Printizis doing a nice job off the ball of getting in the position, getting that low post position, getting the defender on his hip. And a nice pass, of course, by Vucic. You like to see that, the bigs making those good interior passing.
It was a 15-0 run that spanned 2 quarters before the Printizis make. But Barcelona just keeping right at it. It's a 3 by Basile.
Well, Basile, of course, is one of the premier three-point shooters, has been for a great number of years. And right now, Barcelona pretty much getting any shot they want. They're moving the basketball. If they're moving the basketball on the set offense, there's the pass right there. Another pass, no defense, no closeout. They either are running in transition or even on the set offense, they're moving the basketball, and really not a lot of pressure defense from Olympiacos, although Greer just steals it.
2-on-1, but Greer will speed right past Basile and lay it in.
Good hands by Greer.
Still a 17-point deficit. They're the 2-point shooting numbers. Barcelona cashing in at 72%. Andre Barrett going to the basket, draws the foul on Printizis.
Yeah, Printizis doesn't like the call here. Great hands taking that ball away from Navarro by Greer. Goes to the length of the court.
Three fouls on Georgios Printizis. As Andre Barrett, it's only his 14th appearance in 23 Euroleague games. Did not play in the semifinals.
Didn't get a lot of playing time this year. Of course, played his college ball at Seton Hall.
Back to a 19-point game. Matches the largest. Papaloukas on the baseline. Still can't buy a basket. And now Barcelona again. Numbers and on the run. 4 on 3. Navarro from the corner. Still hasn't hit a 3. 0 for 5 from three-point range is the great shooter and most valuable player. Doesn't seem to be bothering Barcelona much, though. It's a huge lead.
Yeah, exactly. But again, you look at transition in the fast break, and they have 4 on 2 that time, and just move the basketball. Like I said, they can get in pretty much any shot they wanted. But Navarro, of course, is a player that you certainly don't give that jump shot to. Pretty soon, he can't do this the whole game. I mean, he's too good a shooter.
And this time he finds Anderson from the elbow, who drills the jumper. Second basket for Anderson. The only man to hit a 3 today is Gianluca Basile for either team. Now a 21-point lead as it continues to grow. Now the first 3 from Olympiacos, Lynn Greer. .138 to go in the first half. Barcelona has never trailed in this one and has steadily been increasing that margin. Santiago into the lane, back out again for Barrett. In rhythm, can hit the 3. Greer comes out with a loose rebound.
Barcelona back.
Here's Greer. Papaloukas struggling with his offense today. Just 1 for 6 from the field. Kicks it back out. Ursek. 3 on the shot clock. Gives to Vucic. They used it all, but got a layup.
Nice play there by Ursek. Ergen, excuse me, to Vucic. Nice pass. That's a charge right there. That's a good defensive play there by Teodosic.
Teodosic stepped in to draw it on Barrett. Barrett arguing his case. Here's another look at that last offensive play.
Yeah, the nice little dish there. Defense comes to him, and he just drops it off to Vucic down below.
Here's Papaloukas. Give and go from Vucic, and Papaloukas lays it in.
Classic give and go basketball. Just really a beautiful play to watch there. Vucic, that's probably one of the great passes in all Europe to one of the great point guards that Europe has ever produced.
Little mini 6-0 run to try and close the gap a bit for Olympiacos. Barrett, quick move to the baseline and got it down over Teodosic.
Good move along the baseline there by Barrett. Good strength. Created contact, didn't get the call, but shot the ball over the...
5 seconds to go in the first half. Papaloukas drops it down. Vucic, turnaround off the window, won't go. And that will do it for the first half of play in Berlin. At O2 World, a dominating performance by FC Barcelona, as they have jumped out quickly over Olympiacos, and they have led for the entire first half. 46-30. The lead was as high as 21 briefly moments ago.
Just, it's sometimes...
Just have the eye contact all the time. That's the most important. Okay.
Actually clear, because I already showed it.
It's better to raise up the hands than make the...
We do it in the second.
Eye contact for this. Okay, that's well.
How will you like my precision?
Same criteria.
At the halftime of our 2 semifinal games.
So we've come to the half of the third-place game at the Euroleague Basketball Final Four. Barcelona takes a 16-point lead over Olympiacos at the break. First, Barcelona trying to claim third place. They're wearing their kind of teal-blue version of their uniforms today. And whatever it is working well against the Reds of Olympiacos, who have maybe saved their worst half of basketball for this one.
Well, Barcelona, as you said, has been in complete control of this ball game right from the beginning, and they've come out here in this third quarter with the same starting lineup that they've had certainly on Friday, but also here late in the season.
David Anderson missing the three from on top. Barousas the rebound. Mark Brown along with Hall of Famer Gail Goodrich as we are underway in the third quarter. Barcelona with a 16-point advantage over Olympiacos. Glad you can be with us here on ESPN and on ESPN360.com as Vucic begins the third quarter with a little jump hook in the lane for Olympiacos. He's got 8.
And a nice pass there by, and here's Navarro, comes right back, will hit his three. As we're looking for him to get warmed up a little bit in the second half. He was 0 for 5 from three-point range in the first half, and you know he's not going to stay silent too long. But the last time down, Papaloukas throwing that ball into Vucic on a nice screen and roll. Just a classic screen and roll play by two great veteran players.
Second foul on Santiago, who was the big gun early inside with the 9 first quarter points to help get the lead up to double digits right off the opening quarter for Barcelona. Here's Greer spinning in traffic. Tough shot. The little guy getting it up and down in the lane.
Yeah, he using his quickness that time with a nice little spin move and really overpowering Lakovic that time, but again, his quickness is really unmatched. And
first man for Olympiacos to get to double digits. Lakovic the miss. Here comes Olympiacos stepping into a three in transition. Greer hits again. He's got 14. So a great start to the third quarter, and they absolutely have to have one for Olympiacos if they're going to make a game of this.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, but good recognition by Papaloukas on the break. But here's the quickness. Look at that quick move right around Lakovic, and then the little floater over the big man. And then there's the recognition, the pass, and he catches it in rhythm. Good tempo, just rises with the catch and shoot on the transition for another three.
So a timeout for Barcelona. They're still very much in command of this game with a 15-point lead, but clearly Coach Xavier Pascual doesn't like how easily Olympiacos is getting their offense here. Let's look at Navarro, what he's done.
Well, Navarro, of course, as we've said, he was the MVP this year of the Euroleague, and he really is a scoring leader for Barcelona. We see here him making the three. That's the first one that he didn't make today, but certainly very capable and just an outstanding basketball player, returning to Barcelona this year, and everybody in Barcelona very, very happy, and I'm sure that they will be looking for a Euro title on the next couple of years with him leading the way.
Well, they've certainly got the pieces in place. Hasn't happened this year. Can still get the bronze, if you will, by winning today's third-place game. They lead by 12 over Olympiacos, who pesky here to start the third quarter, trying to mount a big comeback. They trail by 21 points at one point late in the second quarter.
Well, they've got to make
Navarro. Anderson the offensive rebound. Lakovic wide open from the wing. That three won't go. And a foul in the rebounding battle will go against David Anderson.
Olympiacos was really fortunate there. They lost the offensive rebound, and then the pass out, and got good high percentage outside shots that didn't drop. Olympiacos needs to put some points on the board.
Vucic, the jump hook in the lane, gets the roll. That's one of his signature shots. Did that twice here in the third. He's got 10.
We just saw that.
And the steal now.
We just saw that same play.
We did.
Yeah, Olympiacos is starting to looks like they're picking up their defense. There's another
Three
same
times,
play.
not the charm, and he can't hit it this time, but it's been a really good start here. A 9-3 run to start the third quarter for Olympiacos. And broken there by the tough runner from Lakovic.
Boy, it was a tough runner, too, and he created the contact and used his strength to rise over and stay in balance and make that basket.
Papaloukas off the screen. On top, Barousas. Big man hits the three. Finally, they got it down inside double digits, a 9-point deficit. So it's been more than cut in half from the biggest lead of the game.
Well, Olympiacos has come out shooting the ball very well, really, but picked up their defense. I think they've getting looks like they have a lot more energy here to start this third quarter.
Anderson, one dribble, and hits the pull-up. Little big-to-big passing there between the two Barcelona 7-footers. Oh, it just opens up for Papaloukas. Goaltending by Santiago, so count the basket for Olympiacos.
We're going to take a look. There's the pass there with Greer coming off to the screen, and then here's Greer again. And we see it once more. So Greer is really leading the offense for Olympiacos.
14 points. He and Vucic, who has 10, are in double digits for the Reds.
And the Reds right now are playing with the three-guard offense. Really, Papaloukas is playing at the small forward position.
Santiago goes strong inside. Fouled. If it's Barousas, it's 4, but Vucic is saying it's on him. And it is on Vucic. Santiago will go back to the free throw line. He's turned himself into a very solid free throw shooter, that miss notwithstanding. 77% in Euroleague competition this year.
Well, he's a player that I said earlier, I thought has really, I've not seen him play better in his career. He's really come on here late in the year and really given him a solid performance at the center position.
He sure has. He's in double figures now. About midway through the third quarter. Vucic inside, hammered by Santiago. Now Santiago with 3.
That's his third personal foul.
And a miss for Vucic from the line.
Was the sound on the table? Okay, so repeat the free throw.
Vucic won 2 Euroleague championships as a member of Maccabi Elite.
You must repeat the shot. Okay, let's repeat it. Let's repeat it. Hey, it's not our mistake. It's a mistake on the table.
So you heard the conversation there as the first free throw did not happen. In fact, a mistake by the officials with a substitution coming in. So that was officially just the first free throw. And Vucic takes advantage, making them both. Santiago coming out with the 3 fouls.
Olympiacos has made a mini run here, gotten back into this game, only 8 down now. Like I said, I've been picking up their defense and see if they can carry through, though.
Lakovic, beautiful pass for the cutting Ilyasova, who slammed it home.
A nice screen and roll, and Greer really slow and recovering and picking up the cutter Ilyasova. But what a sensational pass by Lakovic.
Inside, great drop down from Vucic to Barousas.
Boy, Vucic just really has great distribution skills and great vision for a big man. What a nice little pass for the 6'11" power forward.
Vucic has 3 assists on the game. Wide open 3 from on top. Anderson can't hit. Ilyasova battling and saves it out of bounds off of Vucic.
Yeah, here's a nice pass the time before to the cutting Ilyasova. His career was trailing the play. But Ilyasova, he just, he's one of the best offensive rebounders in Europe. I mean, that ball goes up on the board. He really goes after it, and he assumes that shot's going to be missed, and if he's anywhere near it, you can bet he's going to probably get it.
Lakovic off the inbound, gets the runner. Somehow a huge hole in the Olympiacos defense.
Yeah, absolutely a mistake, a breakdown there by Halpern.
Greer on the wing, guarded tightly by Lakovic. 8 on the shot clock. Step back 2 for Greer, and he hits it right in the face of Lakovic.
Yeah, that was great defense, and that just shows you the kind of quickness that Greer has, because he, like you said, he stepped back and shot that ball under pressure. It's good defense, but just the better offense.
Lakovic off the screen, hits the jumper, moving right, shooting left. It's a 3.
The two left-handers are going at each other right now.
You like that, don't you?
You sure do. Really good, outstanding basketball player.
Vucic again, the jump hook in the lane. He's missed it twice in a row now. Sada breaking out with a long rebound. Decides to take the jumper in transition.
Nice, smart play that time by Sada. Didn't challenge Barousas, the big man. Just stopped up for the little 8-10 foot jump shot.
80% from two-point range for Barcelona. Incredible. 5 for 5 in the third quarter. Look at that pass from Vucic inside. The 6'11" Vucic flipping the behind the head no look to the 7-footer Barousas.
Yeah, he just has great vision and an understanding of where his teammates are. His teammates are very aware that if they get open and cut without the basketball, he'll find them. He's like you said, a lot of people feel that he is certainly one of the best big man passers that Euro has produced.
A Croatian in his 12th professional season at the highest levels. First year with Olympiacos after greatness with Maccabi, including 2 Euroleague titles. Barousas cannot get the second, and the rebound taking off by Ilyasova. 13-point Barcelona lead. They saw it shaved from 21 down to 8 on a couple of occasions. Now trying to add to it. The shot flipped up with a foul first. Papaloukas fouling Navarro. Second foul on Theo Papaloukas. Navarro draws 2 defenders. Ilyasova trying to break it down. Fouled on the dribble drive by Printizis.
I like what Ilyasova is doing tonight. He is much more aggressive than he was in Friday night's ball game and taking that ball to the hoop.
Printizis will go to the bench now with his 4th foul. Zoran Urseg has come in to replace him. And a foul on an illegal screen. It looks like they'll get Victor Sada as he tried to free Navarro for the inbound.
We're going to take a look here and see. Yeah, easy call by the official. He just wrapped Greer up. Once you set that screen, you got to stay still.
Second foul on Sada. And tumbling to the ground out front was Urseg.
Ilyasova trying to fight through here. Actually, he really trips over Lakovic. Intentional, but nevertheless a foul. And then Ilyasova, now that's his 4th, so he has to sit down.
7 points and 3 rebounds for Ilyasova, but the 4 fouls are going to put him on the bench. Navarro will join him for the moment on the Barcelona bench. So an opportunity here for Olympiacos to try and get this thing a little closer as Urseg hits the first free throw. 24-year-old Serb. Got them both. 4 points on the game for Urseg. The lead, though, for Barcelona is still double digits at 11. Lakovic will bring it back out. Behind the Anderson screen. Anderson on top, back to Lakovic.
Got the mismatch.
9 on the shot clock. Yes, he does. The 7-footer on the quick little guy. And the step back 3 is good for Lakovic.
You gotta love that. I mean, he had so much confidence. As soon as he saw the 7-footer Barousas, he says, "Oh, I want that ball back."
Greer Carter drives off the crossover, but it falls off. Grimal on the wing, back out front. Little play and catch with Lakovic, and has an open look at three, and he hits it.
And Barosas once again was caught out on the smaller player, really out in the middle of the court for a 7-footer. That's dangerous. You don't like to be out there. The guards are just too quick for you.
Lead is back up to 17. Under 2 minutes to go in the third. Papaloukas off the screen. Free throw line. Down low, Erceg. Trying to operate against Anderson. Throws in the jump hook.
Erceg, when he gets that ball down there and that little jump hook, that's the second time he's done that today, and he really protects the ball with his body from the defender.
This time they extend it to Grimal. They swing to the other side. Oh, they set up the lob for Vasquez. Gathered himself, found Anderson. Still no conversion. And Barcelona with another chance, and this time Anderson hits.
Yeah, right now, obviously Barcelona withstood the run that Olympiacos came out with, but they are moving the basketball, and they really are quicker to the ball right now. They're much more alert than Olympiacos. There's a bad pass, cross court.
1 minute to go, a 17-point lead for Barcelona. There's the turnover story, and Lakovic racing down the lane, cannot hit. Erceg to rebound. 2-point shooting numbers. Again, dominating by Barcelona, and a foul on the pass-off as Papaloukas tried to set up Erceg.
There's the screen. This is the first half on there with Papaloukas.
Some nice passing. Hasn't been enough of that, though, for the Reds of Olympiacos as they continue to trail by double digits. Headed briefly into single digits as low as 8 at a couple points here in the third quarter as Papaloukas has another free throw coming. The Euroleague Final Four MVP in CSKA's championship of 2006. The regular season, full season rather, MVP the following year. This year a second team all Euroleague selection for Papaloukas, who is now just short of his 32nd birthday.
It's amazing. He's only 32, and the career that he's had, he still has a good number of years left, and he led the Euroleague in assists this year.
Over 5 a game. That's doing something. He only plays about half the game. There is Vasquez. No. Follow in by the hustling Grimal.
And right now, Barcelona is just really too quick and too aggressive for Olympiacos. They're getting all the loose balls. Look at the rebounding, wow. 25 to 14. And that's just hard to saying, I'm going to go get that basketball.
Barusas, the offensive rebound, puts it back with the left.
Yeah, that was a nice rebound there by Barusas.
That'll do it for the third quarter as the intensity and effort level of Barcelona right now more than getting the better of the Reds from Olympiacos in the third place game at the 2009 Euroleague Final Four. The final quarter is on the way. Barcelona withstood a little run by Olympiacos to start the third quarter. Saw their 21-point lead shrink down to single digits, but has now stretched it up once again. A comfortable working margin heading for the fourth quarter, looking to claim third place at the Euroleague Final Four. Championship game still to come. A 73-58 lead for Barcelona over Olympiacos. The fourth quarter is on the way. 15-point deficit facing Olympiacos, who will have the ball to start the fourth. Mark Brown along with the Hall of Famer Gail Goodrich. Glad we could be with us here on ESPN and ESPN360.com. Teodosic gave up the dribble but found the cutting Barusas, who lays it in over Vasquez.
Nice little awareness by Teodosic, and Teodosic, look at, he's 21 years old. He's out there pressuring. I like his attitude here. I know this is a third place game, but he is out there to play. And
Anderson free from the wing. The 7-footer continues his hot shooting at the Final Four. And now Anderson into double digits with 11. And a foul out front. It'll go against Anderson.
You know, Anderson, we're going to see the foul, a little bump behind, a big bump behind. Of course, here he is going outside and shooting the basketball. And we talk about his scoring, but, you know, he's one of the top all-time rebounders in Europe as well. He's just really a good, solid, all-around basketball player. We tend to talk about his scoring, but he can also rebound and do other things.
So an offensive foul on Olympiacos. They're going to get the bump there from Greer against Grimau. So back the other way we come with Barcelona. Have never trailed in this game. Was briefly tied at 2. And from that point forward, it rushed up into double digits and it stayed above 8 ever since. Into traffic, somehow got into the hands of Anderson, who will be fouled from behind by Pelicanos. So 2 free throws coming for the big Aussie, David Anderson. Third foul on Pelicanos, who has had a leg injury that kept him out of the semifinals, but has been healthy enough to play in the third place game. Vasquez going to the bench as David Anderson will be at the free throw line. First year with Barcelona after a few with Cesca, part of their great teams over the last few years and championship teams. Also a member of the Australian national team. Key player for them, as well as having a Danish passport, which comes in handy when you're playing on the continents. Here is Greer out front. Screen from Ursay. Both teams shooting well from the free throw line. You see those numbers there. Barousis, 5 on the shot clock, will rise up for a 3. Just hit one before. Not this time.
Yeah, good pressure defense that time by Anderson, forcing Barousis to probably take this shot a little bit farther out, a step or two than he really wanted to.
Big rebound from Barousis. Oh, good movement on the fast break. Counted plus the foul. Lubos Barton fouling Ursay from behind, and a chance for 3.
Really nice transition basket that time. Good movement as they run the floor well. A good pass real quick. One of the few times that Barcelona has not been able to get back in transition against this Olympiacos team. A team that averages 81 points a game, so not only do they shoot the ball well, but they do run in transition, but have not done a great job of doing that tonight.
Giving that last foul to Jordi Trias as he crossed in front with a reach before Barton. So Trias gets the personal. 2 minutes gone in the fourth. A 14-point lead for Barcelona.
And Olympiacos is really in now a zone defense, and that's a little dangerous with this guy on the court.
Barrett into the lane, back out for Anderson. Fires from the wing. That one comes out. Barousis, another rebound, is 8th. And fouled. Second foul on Andre Barrett, the American player, played his college basketball at Seton Hall. Barousis in a post-up. Greer has to back it back out. Still 10 on the shot clock. Good double team. Now it's Barousis on the block. Got to go. 3 on the shot clock. Sweeping hook across the lane. Barousis flashing the all-Euroleague first-team form.
Yeah, that was a tough shot. Then there was a good recover on the double team. Then a good recovery by Anderson, but Barousis finished it off.
Barton open 3 from the wing. Erasing that great play at the other end, and 15-point lead. 7 minutes to go. Teodosic sets up Barousis. Third attempt from 3. Back iron and rebound Trias, who is fouled by Teodosic. There is the Greens of Panathinaikos looking on, ready to take the court for a little warm-ups.
There's Albertus.
The beard and the long hair.
18 years he's been playing for Panathinaikos.
Panathinaikos forever and always for Albertis, but has not been in uniform and doesn't look like he will be once again today. But going back to all those great Panathinaikos teams and Euroleague titles won by the Greens, 2000, 2002, also 07. And how about 96 as well? Let's take a look ahead to that championship game a little bit later on today. About an hour after this one ends, Panathinaikos versus CSKA for Euroleague supremacy. This is a rematch of the 07 Euroleague championship game, won in a thriller, 93-91 by Panathinaikos. Without that Panathinaikos victory, we'd be looking at 3 straight championships for CSKA, and don't you think they remember that?
Yeah, they really do, and I'm excited about this ball game. That's going to be a great basketball game. You got two teams with a lot of experience, a lot of depth, a lot of history of being in the final game, a lot of titles. It's not going to get any better than that.
And we'll hope you'll join us here on ESPN and ESPN360.com for that one. It is unquestionably going to be an outstanding matchup. Great experience, great champions on both sides. National team members, world champions, Euroleague champions, European champions. There is Itor Messina. Quick look at him, the head coach for CSKA, who has won 4 Euroleague titles, 2 with CSKA in the last 3 years. And he'll be going against the all-time winningest Euroleague coach, Zeljko Obradovic of Panathinaikos, the only man who has guided 6 Euroleague champions. Turnover for Anderson as Olympiacos tries once again to come from behind, down by 15. Greer forced to give it up.
Good defense by Barton.
Oh, Barousis, the pass to the cutting Pelikanos.
Well, when you get a lot of pressure, and that time there was a lot of pressure there, you go back door, and it was really executed very, very well. Looks like they're staying in there in the 2-3 zone, matchup zone.
Jordi Trias sets up Barrett. Now it's Barton. Anderson mid-post. Sweet little turnaround.
What do you do against the zone? You hit that gap right in the middle of the zone, and that's exactly what Anderson did. Flashing to the ball into the middle of the zone, just turned and made a nice little jump shot.
Teodosic 3 from the corner, rattles down, but Olympiacos, no matter what they hit, they're going to need stops, and they're not getting them.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, you get stops by putting pressure. Now they've gone back into the man-to-man. Generally speaking, the zone, you're not going to put a lot of pressure. It gives an opportunity for the offensive team to really run some clock. That's not what the Olympiacos wants right now.
Foul in a post-up as Ursek picks it up.
Look at the pressure there, and then the back door, the nice bounce pass by Barousis as he breaks and flashes to the middle. Beautiful execution.
Only 5 on the shot clock as Barcelona inbounds underneath. Barrett. Oh, we do get a reset there. Navarro. 3 men around him. Tried to find Anderson. Now it's Trias. Well, maybe the Reds are going to start buckling down and getting some stops here. Pelikanos left alone for 3. Ursag, the offensive rebound. Into the hands of Greer. Only a 12-point game, still almost 5 minutes left.
Each team with 7 turnovers have really handled the ball.
Pelikanos misses the second 3 on this possession. There's Pelikanos with a great defensive play. Can't come up with it. Teodosic hits the floor as Olympiacos scrambling here on the defensive end. 8 on the shot clock. Barrett. Anderson. Another one. David Anderson now with 17 points coming off his 24-point semifinal performance.
Just, you know, a terrific pick and pop player, and he just squares up and knocks that ball down.
Greer. Barousis slams it home.
Well, Olympiacos now has obviously picked up their offense and executing a little bit better than they had during the course of this ball game. It may be a little bit too late, though there's still plenty of time.
Barousis has made all 6 of his 2-point attempts. Navarro the drive, fouled from behind by Barousis.
Is that all for Barousis?
It'll be his 4th.
Oh, 4th.
Look at Panagiotis Vasilopoulos. Versatile player for Olympiacos, not available, has been battling injury here late in the season.
He's got a back injury.
Not in uniform. There's the 4th foul. It is on Barousis, who has put together some good numbers by the end of today. 15 points and 8 rebounds. Navarro was 14th in Euroleague in scoring, also 7th in assists. And for his great work in leading this Barcelona team to the Final Four, was also awarded the most valuable player for the season in Euroleague. 15-point lead for Barcelona. And Erceg fouled on the drive before the shot. Jordi Trias picks up his 2nd. Olympiacos ball on the side. No bonus yet. In a battle with Lakovic, surrounded by 2 Reds from Olympiacos.
Well, let's just see the 2 guards. They're going at it. Greer and Lakovic, both left-handed, both have similar style games.
Yeah, they really do.
Both are point guards, but point guards who can score, point guards who can shoot. I think Greer's probably a little bit quicker at getting to the basket, but certainly Lakovic, who was all Euroleague 2nd team 3 years ago, is a very smart player, very strong player. And like Greer, shoots very well from 3-point range. So the left-handers, they're both the same size at 6'1", so they're going at it.
Anderson out high. 3 minutes to go. Gives to Navarro. Navarro, quick drive to the basket, won't go. Scramble for the rebound, taken away by Lakovic. Navarro gets the bump, puts it up on the basket. Interesting to see if they'll call that into the act.
Well, I think they should give it to him. I think there wasn't a dribble after that whistle, and generally speaking, you get the continuation play. You certainly get it in the NBA. Here in Europe, you sometimes get it, but I think they're starting to give that continuation play a little bit more in Europe. And as long as you, when you hear that whistle, you throw that ball up on the basket, up on the rim, you generally get the call.
Career best, almost 93% free throw shooting for the season in Euroleague for Navarro, who gets them both now with 14 points. Barousis has to send it out for Teodosic. Pull-up won't go. Knocked out of bounds. Oh, they'll say off of Barcelona. Looked like Erceg may have touched it last, but Olympiacos going to keep it.
I got to disagree with that call. I mean, he came from basically the foul line to over Anderson, who had inside position. And
the other rebounding story, Barcelona dominating the backboards in this third-place game. Greer out front. Screen from Barousis. Now Barousis is open in the lane. Little jump hook won't go. Still after it. Try again and banks it in.
And that's the same shot that he missed on Friday night against Panathinaikos. That would have sent that game into overtime. Today he gets it, but
deep ball won't go. Anderson after it. Trias saves it into Navarro. Nobody going to guard him, but he says, hey, clock is our friend. Let's run some. It's hard for a shooter to make that call, huh? That was a wide open three.
It was a wide open three. He has not shot him particularly well. Only 1 for 8. I suspect if he was like 6 for 8, he would have taken that.
Would have gone up, yeah. So they use more clock and get a three anyway from the hand of David Anderson, who has back-to-back 20-point games at the Final Four.
He's definitely been on his game.
And that should erase any thoughts of a comeback for Olympiacos.
Barousas.
Well, the Olympiacos fans have not lost their passion for this one. But their hope for this one is certainly lost.
Yeah, you get that feeling. Only 124. They're going to run out of time. But look at the defense here. I like the 120 to go in the game. They're up by 16. They're pressuring the dribbler. Lakovic, he's arguing. He says, what's going on? What am I supposed to do? Let me play some defense. They're out there battling, and they're up with 16 in a third-place game with 1:20 to go. How good is that?
It's devotion.
Sure is. You know, we say a lot about talk a lot about the third-place game, but you know, anytime as a player, you know, anytime you suit up and you play, you're competitive. So, you know, and I've always said, as long as you're going to keep score, we might as well win.
Absolutely. And Barcelona has definitely approached this game in that way.
Yeah, they played with intensity. They played with a lot of pride. And they've really come out with a very nice performance here. And, of course, the culminating of really an outstanding year. They really had a very good year. They've made a lot of strides. And I think probably this is a team that's going to be heard from in the next couple of years in Europlay.
And a foul on the drive will put Lakovic at the free throw line. Lakovic from Slovenia in his 12th professional season and second with Barcelona is able to get the roll. 86% free throw shooter in Euroleague competition.
Yeah, he's a terrific shooter. We watched the rotation here on this ball. When he releases it, he's got a picture jump shot or a picture shot. Of course, he was at the Final Four in 05 with Panathinaikos when they lost to Maccabi. A very experienced player and just bad defensive play that time by him.
Barton is able to break it up but cannot control it. 47 seconds to go. The 94 points are a Euroleague season high for Barcelona and average 81 points per game on the season. Teodosic swings it all the way across. Pelikanos will make the drive. Tried to dunk it home, but could not. And then commits the foul with 37 to play.
Yeah, that was an emotional foul. A little upset there. But Pelikanos really had the jump shot. Should have taken it. He had a wide open shot. It's his 5th foul. He has to sit out. But he had the nice jump shot, the wide open. He is considered a pretty good jump shooter, but takes it into traffic and then misses the shot when it's contested, and then commits the foul. So you make you follow up with a bad foul after making really a bad decision on the offensive end. Not a good play that time by Pelikanos.
Jordi Trias, one more free throw. Erceg pulls down the rebound. Now Teodosic will walk it up. Half a minute to go in the third-place game, and Barcelona has it wrapped up. 95-77. Almost has it back up to that high water mark they had at a 21-point lead late in the second quarter.
See, there's no spacing right here for they're going into Barousas. Really not good spacing by Olympiacos on the offensive end there.
10 seconds to go. A good trap there from Olympiacos. Ursag will take it in, draw the foul, and he's going to have a chance for a three-point play.
Yeah, good hustle play that time. They're not quitting. It's a nice performance by Barcelona.
Ursag now bidding to get into double digits off the bench. And that'll do it. FC Barcelona by a 95-79 count finishes number 3 in Euroleague for the 2008-09 season.